with what happened to me, I'm no longer in any form, any shape, any kind of style, what you would call a seeker. Because I know, I'm aware, and I have no questions about what happened. This is a big semi, so excuse the noise. But sometimes playing the daily bread role can be a little annoying, but I'm learning to accept it and see that it's just a way for me to learn to deal with all the silly stuff we have to put up with. How am I ever going to affect the world if I can't deal with the people that I see on an everyday basis when they are ridiculous about the dumbest stuff? Like today, somebody came up to me and she said, okay, their store manager had written me up, and she's another manager, and they have this district guy who goes around, Gilbert. Nothing against him, he's just doing his job, but I've explained to all of them, you know, they keep putting in these things called e-tickets, like they send an email complaining about something that they don't have on their shelf. Like if there's one spot missing, they're supposed to send in a complaint. And I told them, you know, like we only get certain items on Thursdays and Fridays. It's the only days they come. So if they sell out between Thursday and Friday, then I can't really do anything about that. There's only a couple come at a time. We get them cut a lot, blah, 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 all that extra stuff. Well, today the other manager, not the store manager and I sort of, like, she used to flirt with me all the time. And then after my experience and I started talking about God and spirituality, like that sort of pushed everybody away, not because I was trying to get them into it, but that's just how I see life. I see them as the living being they are, not as the role they're playing, and they're so stuck in it, they don't know what I'm saying, and I think it's so easy to understand what I'm saying just on a personal, simple level, that you aren't your job. And you know, if I can't bring something, and I told you the truth is I can't get them into the other day but Thursday or Friday, with this example, and you know, if you guys sell out, which most of the time you don't, but if you do sell out of one item, you know, they're my least sales on any of my stops, so most of the time they have a ton coming back, so I don't give them very much. So if one thing sells, they have an empty spot on in some of their items, they only get one or two of them, so if it sells, they have an empty spot. Most of the time they don't, but lately they've been selling a couple more of these or a couple more of those, and like mostly it's the donuts that only come or on Thursdays and Fridays, and then I send an e-ticket, and I'm like, you know, you guys can stop complaining because I can't do anything about it. Half the time they don't even send them, they're cut. But then they only come on Thursdays and Fridays, so I can't do any more than that. That's the way it is, and I don't know what you want me to do about it, but there's no sense in sending an e-ticket because whatever. And then, you know, whenever they send one, I get a call saying, hey, what's going on? Why aren't you blah, blah, blah? And I'm like, you guys know why. And they're like, oh, well, you know, it's just a long runaround story, the same shit over and over. I'm like, you know, honestly, people don't need the damn donuts in the first fucking place. You know how stupid I feel doing it? You know what I mean? So, like, she's like, you were mad at me that day. I'm like, no, I wasn't. I was just explaining to you that, you know, I really can't do anything about the donuts. And I was like, it gets annoying when I get sent, this is like the fourth or fifth one, when it's the same thing, the same item. And a couple times I've gone there and nothing was missing. Nothing. They could have just moved something over in a spot. Instead, they sent the ticket to complain. And then, like, the store manager is the one who sent it and then hid when I went in the store. Now, how silly and how childish is that? I'm just saying, you know, like, I don't care. I'm not mad at anybody. I'm just honest. I'm like, you know, there's nothing I can do about it. What do you want me to do? And to be honest with you, I don't really care about the donuts. That's nothing against you. It's the truth. I don't really care about fucking donuts. Who cares? Do you care? And if you do care, maybe you have a problem in your brain that just because some guy with a fucking pencil pusher gig, and he walks around saying, do this, do this, do this, and if it can't be fulfilled, they're always looking for something. Do you know that some people's jobs are just to find things to complain about so they have things to fix because we're bored fucking people who do stupid shit with our time? That's what we do. Everybody knows that, but when someone says that straight out to them and says, wow, we're fucking stupid. The only reason I have to keep doing this is because nobody around me in my personal life, my family, anyone I've ever known, they don't get it. So if I would have to move away from everybody I know. So I'm sort of stuck because I care about the people that are in my life, and I feel like there's some meaning that I'm supposed to help them, but they're not listening. Instead, they're all worried about dumb stuff. So I mean, I'm not complaining at all. This is just the way it is. I mean, I'm still happy, but I'm just tired of hearing dumb things meaning something to someone when they don't mean anything at all. So, spiritual or not, you can get annoyed with everyday normal shit. There's no reason for people to be so uptight about nothing. A donut with crumb on it. I want a crumb donut. Well, fuck your crumb donut. I'm sorry. You know, have something else. Or think about this. Maybe do some push-ups. Get moving. Stretch your body a little bit, and then you wonder why you don't feel good. I mean, I see half the people that buy them. I'm not trying to be judgmental, but I'm saying half the people that do buy them are like obese people or people who don't care about their health, and then they complain that they didn't get their donut. Yeah, it is your life, and it is your spiritual experience, and you can have whatever life you want. But to have stress over a donut, I'm sorry, it's just, first it's hurting you by eating it, second it's hurting you by worrying about it. Start being loving. If you don't get the donut, get it next time. Don't complain and bellyache like a little wuss. So, I love you. I'm just being straight. I can't have people act that way and not say, hey, you guys really need to grow up. This is pathetic.